Welcome to today's guided meditation for breaking the habit of being yourself. Begin by getting into a position that is both comfortable and alert. Perhaps sitting up or kneeling comfortably, or even lying down as long as you don't fall asleep. Now close your eyes and just relax. Relax your eyebrows, your forehead, your jaw. Lower your shoulders and sink into your seat. Allow gravity to ground you naturally. Take a few deep, slow breaths to relax your body and mind. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Make your breaths long, slow, and steady. Rhythmically inhale and exhale until you move into the present. When you are in the present moment, you are entering a world of possibility. Now, there is a powerful intelligence within you that is giving you life, which loves you so much. When your will matches its will, when your mind matches its mind, when your love for life matches its love for you, it always responds. It will move in you and all around you, and you will see evidence in your life as a result of your efforts. To be greater than your environment, to be greater than the conditions of your life, to be greater than the feelings that are memorized in the body, to think greater than the body, to be greater than time, means that you are tugging on the garment of the divine. Your destiny, then, is a reflection of a co-creation with a greater mind. Love yourself enough to do this. Now, you cannot create a new future while holding on to emotions of the past. What limiting emotion do you want to unmemorize? Since memorized feelings condition the body to be the mind, creating your limiting beliefs and perceived reality, becoming conscious of these is the first step toward personal change. You have to know what the problem is and name it in order to have power over it. So choose one emotion that is a big part of who you have been that you want to let go of and unmemorize. Think about how you feel when you experience that emotion. Remember what that emotion feels like in your body, and recognize the familiar state of mind that is driven by that emotion. It's time to turn to the power within you. Introduce yourself to it and tell it what you want to change about yourself. Begin to admit to it who you have been and what you have been hiding. In your mind, talk to it. Remember that it is real. It already knows you. It doesn't judge you. It only loves. So now I want you to fill in this sentence with that emotion you want to unmemorize. Say it with me now. Universal consciousness within me and all around me. I have been feeling and I truly want to change from this limited state of being. It's time to free the body from the mind, to close the gap between how you appear and who you are, to liberate your energy. Release your body from the familiar emotional bonds that keep you connected to everything, every place, and everyone in your past and present reality. It is the moment to free up your energy. I want you to declare the emotion you want to change out loud and liberate it from your body as well as your environment. Say it now. Now it's time to surrender this state of being to a greater mind and ask it to resolve this in a way that is right for you. Can you relinquish control to a greater authority that already has the answers? Surrender to this infinite mind and understand that this intelligence is absolutely real. It only waits in admiration and in willingness. It only responds when you ask for help. Surrender your limitation to an all-knowing intelligence. Simply open the door, give it up, and let go completely. Let it take your limitation from you. Let's speak to that infinite mind again and share your old familiar emotion and state of being that you want to surrender. Fill this in with me now. Universal intelligence within me. I forgive my. And I give them to you. I have been addicted to this emotion and state of mind for long enough. I allow you to intervene and trust that you will provide a solution in a way that is just right for me and much better than I could. Arrange the elements in my world so that doors open to me. Now just feel how you would feel if you knew this mind was taking this memorized emotion from you. Sit in that feeling and breathe deeply with it. Now let's make sure that no thought, no behavior, no habit that causes you to return back to the old self goes unnoticed by you. To make sure, let's become conscious of those unconscious states of mind and body. How did you used to think when you felt that way? What voice did you believe that you no longer want to accept as your reality? What did you say to yourself? Observe those thoughts. How did you once behave when you felt and thought that way? How did you speak? What did your body do? Begin to separate yourself from the program. Become conscious of those unconscious states to such an extent that they would never go unnoticed by you again. To begin to objectify the subjective mind. To begin to observe the program means you are no longer the program. Awareness is your goal. Remind yourself who you no longer want to be, how you no longer want to think, how you no longer want to feel, and how you no longer want to behave. Become familiar with all aspects of the old personality and just observe with firm intention. Make a choice to no longer be that person, and let the energy of your decision become a memorable experience. Now it is time to play what Joe Dispenza calls the change game, or as I like to call it, the choose game. I want you to imagine 3 scenarios in your life where you could start to feel like the old self again. And when you do, I want you to declare out loud that you choose to change it right then and there. You can do so by saying change out loud, as Joe suggests, or by saying choose, which I prefer to do, or any other words that resonate with you and compel you to change your state of being, to choose how you want to feel and who you want to be. First, Imagine that it is morning, and as you are getting ready for your day, you notice that old familiar feeling starting to come up in your mind and body. And the moment you notice it, you say, change, or choose, or whatever words spark you to let it go and choose to change it. Because it is a choice, your choice. You get to choose how you feel and think and behave. Living by that old emotion is not loving to you. It is no use signaling the same genes in the same way. And nerve cells that no longer fire together no longer wire together. You control that. You can choose to do that. Next, I want you to see yourself in midday. Picture where you are in the middle of your typical day. Suddenly, that old familiar feeling that drives those limiting thoughts starts to come up. And what do? You say, change, or choose, or your own chosen change phrase. Say it now. That's it. You choose to change. Let it go and change thought, feeling, and behavior. Choose to be kind to yourself, to be at peace with yourself, because the rewards of being healthy and happy are so much more important than returning back to the old self. Remember, living by that old emotion has never been loving to you. And every time you change your state, you know that nerve cells that no longer fire together no longer wire together. And you no longer turn on the same genes in the same ways. Now I want you to play the change game or choose game one more time. I want you to see yourself getting ready for bed. And as you are climbing into bed and pulling the covers back, you notice that familiar feeling coming up, tempting you to think and feel and behave as the old personality. And what do? You say your chosen change phrase now. That's it. Just let it go and choose to change. Because nerve cells that no longer fire together no longer wire together. Signaling that gene in that way is not loving to you. And nobody and nothing is worth it. You control that. Continue to practice this throughout your day after you leave this meditation. And every time you feel that old familiar feeling come up, I want you to say change or choose or whatever phrase you've chosen. Make this your new habit to consciously be aware of your unconscious programming every time it happens. You control this. You can change this. You can choose this. Remember this. Now it's time to create your ideal state of being. What is the greatest expression of yourself that you can be? How would a great person think and feel and act? How would such a person live? How would they love? What does greatness feel like to you? I want you to move into a new state of being. It is time to change your energy and broadcast a whole new electromagnetic signature. When you change your energy, you change your life. Let the thought become the experience, and let that experience produce an elevated emotion so that your body begins to emotionally believe that the future you is already living now. Allow yourself to turn on new genes in new ways. Signal the body emotionally ahead of the actual event. Allow yourself to fall in love with the new ideal. Open your heart and begin to recondition your body to a new mind. Let the inward experience become a mood, then a temperament, and finally, a new personality. Move into a new state of being. How would you feel if you were this person? You can't get up as the same person who sat down. You have to feel so much gratitude that your body begins to change ahead of the actual event. And accept that the new ideal already is you. Become it. To be empowered, to be free, to be unlimited, to be unafraid, to be curious, to be creative, to be divine. That is who you are. Once you feel this way, remember this feeling. Memorize this feeling. This is who you really are. Now let go and release it into the field for a moment. Just let go. Now let's rehearse that again. Can you create your new self out of nothing one more time. Let's fire and wire a new mind and recondition the body to a new emotion. Become familiar with a new state of mind and body. What is the greatest expression of yourself? Allow yourself to think like this ideal again. What would you say to yourself? How would you walk? How would you breathe? How would you move? How would you live? What would you feel? Allow yourself to emotionally feel like this new self. So much so that you begin to move into a new state of being. It is time to change your energy again. Choose who you want to be, and remember what it feels like to be this person. Expand your heart. Who do you want to be when you open your eyes? You get to choose who that is. You are signaling new genes in new ways. Feel empowered once again and move into a new state of being. A new state of being is a new personality. A new personality creates a new personal reality. This is where you create a new destiny. From this elevated state of mind and body, it is time to command matter as a quantum observer of your new reality. Feel invincible, powerful, inspired, and overjoyed. Now, from this new state of being, form a picture of some event you want to experience, and let the image become the blueprint of your future. Observe that reality and allow the particles, as waves of probability, to collapse into an event called an experience in your life. See it, command it, hold it, and continue expanding it to create the full picture. Let your energy now become entangled to that destiny. That future event has to find you because you created it with your own energy. Let yourself go and create the future you want in certainty, trust, and knowingness. Do not analyze. Do not try to figure out how it is going to happen. It is not your job to control the outcome. It is your task to envision its creation and leave the details to a greater mind. As you see your future as the observer, simply bless your life with your own energy and intention. From a state of gratitude, be one with your destiny, from a new state of mind and body. Give thanks for a new life. Feel how you will feel when these things manifest in your life. Because living in a state of gratitude is living in a state of receivership. Feel like your prayers are already answered. Finally, it is time to turn to that power within you and ask it for a sign in your life. If today you emulated this greater mind as a creator who is observing all of life into form, and you made contact with it, and it has been observing your efforts and intentions, then it should show cause in your life. Know that it is real, that it exists, and that you now have a two-way communication with it. Ask that this sign from the quantum field come in a way that you would least expect, that surprises you and leaves no doubt that this new experience has come from the universal mind, so that you are inspired to do it again. I want you now to ask for a sign. And now, move your awareness back to a new body, in a new environment, and in a whole new line of time. And when you are ready, bring your awareness back up to a beta state of consciousness, where your mind's brainwaves are highest and fastest. Then, when you are ready, you can open your eyes.